All right, today the focus is on my senior contemporary women. And I want to share with you, many of you have asked about what is it like when you reach 70? Yes, 70. Listen, it's really no different than when you were 40 or 50. I'm telling you the truth. It's funny. It's kind of like my mind doesn't connect with my age until recently. I've been traveling. I was with United Airlines, actually Continental, and then it merged with United Airlines. I joined the airlines when I was 50. So for those of you out there that think 50 is old, that's when I developed my fun career of traveling the world. At that time, Continental was coming out of a bankruptcy, and they were hiring everyone. And I said, because I remember my Pan Am days, I wanted to work for Pan Am. But that's when I first got married. And in those days, you couldn't be married and you couldn't have children. And you had to be a certain height and weight, everything. It was a lot stricter. So I kind of gave that up because I married my college sweetheart. And so had two children, raised my family, but I was very much involved in the community, volunteer work, as well as I taught international business protocol and etiquette. I went to the very first class in 1986 in Washington, D.C. and got certified to be a trainer. So I was doing that when the children were little and growing up. And then when they actually flew away to college, and they both were just a year apart, so they were in the same grade. Bottom line is when they flew away, I flew away and did international traveling, worked based out of New York, even though I lived in California. Yes, I commuted. I got on an airplane in Santa Ana Airport and flew to Newark International, where I was based, to do my trips. But I was able to kind of schedule my trips to be all together. I had a wonderful crash pad, my own private room. I shared with other flight attendants, and believe it or not, rarely were we all there at the same time. So when you'd come in from a trip, yes, I would do the wash, pack, repack, and get ready, because the next day, the next evening, I had to board a plane to fly internationally again. So I tried to do all my trips back to back. And then the end of the month would be off. The first part of the next month would be off. So sometimes I have a total of like 2 to 3 weeks off in a row. But anyway, I digress. But I want to share with you is when I was 50, there goes Theo in the background, 50 when I decided to become a flight attendant. And I did that for 20 years. And the only reason I retired was because I was 70. I thought, I'm 70. I was only going to do it for 10 years, but I loved it so much. So I still travel a lot. Even with COVID, I still traveled internationally. And no, I didn't get the vaccine, but I did get the PCR test, because you can easily, I'm sorry to tell you, it's very easy to get a negative PCR test. That's all I'm going to say. Go talk to the gals at the airport that run those little boutiques, if they're still there. I think most of them are not there anymore. But remember, you'd go to the airport kind of later on in 2021, 2022, if you're going to travel, you had to have that test, or whenever it was. Go talk to them. I'm not going to say anything more. Really easy, the PCR test. And if you doubt my word, he's since passed away. But listen to the medical scientists that actually developed the test. It should never have been used for its purpose. I'm not even going to go there. That's fine. If you want to use it, it's easy. I better leave, because this video is going to be taken down against community standards. So bottom line for us seniors, when you're 50, that's when your other career begins. And I did that for almost 20 years. So what have I been doing now? Basically traveling. The only one place I have not yet been to, which is my dream, is to actually spend time, maybe in Airbnb for a couple of weeks, actually in Egypt, because I studied Egyptology. I went to all the museums in the British museums, even the Metropolitan in New York, anything to do with the Egyptian wing, I went. And I watched all the videos, all the training, all these wonderful videos out there that are lecturing on Egypt. I just have to go, and I do plan on going. But I'm just telling you, between being in Austria and Munich and doing the winter and even Positano with all the stairs and the steps, yep, it's harder for me. It's harder for me. It's harder for me. I love to swim, so I try to swim a couple of times a week. I know I should do weights. I know I should do walking and all that strength training. I know I need to do that. I guess the nutshell is I'm trying to tell you that Probably when you do reach your 70s is when you start seeing your muscles kind of getting weaker and you're just aging, is bottom line. So we have to work extra hard to try to keep our health. Now, when it comes to health, staying out of hospitals and all that business, fortunately, because I basically don't like meat, maybe I'll have occasionally a wild salmon now and then, but I just don't like it. I never did like meat. And it's not because I want to be a vegetarian. No. And also I only eat when I'm hungry. So today I do like my wine at night. So I do have my red wine. But bottom line, maybe I'll have one meal a day. And basically it's a big salad. I love pico de gallo to put on it. I love the flan type of bread. I love hummus. I love carrots. I love broccoli. I steam vegetables. That's basically what I eat. And nothing more. Even when I go out, I never eat pizza, never would have any kind of a pepperoni. You know, definitely stay away from all that kind of stuff. Anything that's man-made or processed, I really never really bought into. And I kind of think, in addition to good genetics, that may be the reason why I have such great health. But anyway, so bottom line is feeling this age, feeling the way we do. We have our good days, we have our bad days. In fact, I'm Monday, another weekend coming up. I'm on an airplane again, traveling. And for the very first time, I'm thinking, do I really want to do this? And my answer is yes. Keep pushing yourself to do what you want to do. Stop that negative talk. But it's hard to travel. I can hardly lift up the suitcase. All this crap. It's crap. You need to be very upbeat and keep pushing yourself to do what you really want to do. Because those little patterns, those little thoughts, negative thoughts are going to creep in. And you don't want to do the self-fulfilling prophecy. Because if you start believing, well, I'm old, my back hurts, I don't think I want to do that, then you won't. And then your back will hurt more. And you won't do all these other things. Bottom line, you and I have a lot of wisdom. We create our own destiny. We create our own life. And if you live in America, we can create and do and say whatever we want. We're supposed to. Now, there are platforms out there, this included, that actually won't do that. They'll censor you. But so does YouTube. They all do that. But they're all trying to stay in business, so don't beat them up, right? Don't beat them up. But just understand where you get the truth. Not from here, but from your own research. So be sure you do that. Even when you see your doctor, don't always think he has all the answers for you. There are different kinds, OD doctors, there are naturopaths, and I'm trying to get a combination of, I love my traditional medical doctor, adore him. But I also have now a naturopath. So between the two, I'm getting information. So if I start coming down with some kind of disease or whatever, I will make a decision what I want to do. But for some reason, I feel I have got to be almost as knowledgeable as they are in that particular subject. I never used to feel that way before COVID. But from the COVID experience, I realized we can trust nobody. Not your doctor, not your politician, only yourself from your own independent research. So I hope we've had a little bit of discussion of seniors that are aging here, and that this will help you to be more active, to push yourself a little bit more. And when you get those negative thoughts, wipe them out. Say, get lost, Harry. Out you go. In comes a positive thought. We've got to stay positive in order to keep our body healthy, our mind healthy, and our life to be full of joy. Have a great day.